Hello everyone, welcome to Demon Bluff. This game is in like a playtest demo kind of thing. It's not. Most games on Steam call themselves a demo. This one calls itself a playtest, but it says demo here. I don't know. This came out in the demo a couple weeks ago, I think. I was on vacation, and I got a chance to try it out on the Steam Deck, and the gameplay seemed fun, but I couldn't really read the text very well, so I didn't play much. So I thought I would demonstrate it here. And see how interesting it gets as you play more. So it's a kind of single-player version of a social deduction game. You know, like One Night Ultimate Werewolf, or I mean, it seems very clearly to me. It seems most inspired by One Night Ultimate Werewolf, but you know, that's all inspired by Werewolf or Mafia or whatever, or Resistance. But so, the basic idea, and I understand it changes throughout the course of the game what cards are available, but there are 5... We have a deck, which currently has 6 cards, and there's a number of cards dealt out in each round, which currently is 5, but that'll change, as will the size of our deck. And so 5 of these cards will be dealt, but they're face down. And our job is to find all the evil cards. As our deck shows, you know, the minion is evil. All these other guys are villagers, and they're good. And they have, you can reveal cards, and they tell you something useful that helps you deduce where the evil must be. Yeah, evil. The evil characters, though, will lie. They'll claim to have a good role. They'll never say, "Oh, I'm the bad guy." I don't know. Maybe they might. I've never seen it, but generally they don't. And they'll just tell you something that role would have known. This happens very commonly in stuff like on One Night Ultimate Werewolf, right? The werewolves will say, "Oh yeah, I'm the seer, and that guy over there, yeah, he said he was the hunter, and well, he actually is. So you can trust him." You know, they'll say something that may make it difficult for you to tell, but you know, generally speaking, at least in the earlier levels, there will be some contradiction or enough sources of truth that you can figure out what the lie is. So this hunter claims one of these 2 cards is evil. It's 2 cards away in some direction from the closest evil. So if this guy's telling the truth, then one of these 2 is evil, but this could be the evil person. However, what we do know is neither of these 2 is evil, because there's only one liar. If it's you, then it's not one of you. And if it's not you, then it's one of these guys, and therefore not one of these 2. So we know these 2 will tell us the truth. Okay, so this person just says they're not evil. That's not very helpful. This person says the closest evil is clockwise. Well, that means you are not the liar, right? Because one of you is telling the truth. And if it's you, then the evil's over here. And if it's you, the evil's also over here. So both of these guys agree that the evil is one of these 2 cards, but it doesn't tell me which. This is a gem crafter, which is... Are you even in my deck? Gem crafter is like a seer, but okay, yeah, sure. So you are just claiming that you yourself are good, which seems very unhelpful, but thanks. You say there's an evil adjacent to you. I don't actually think I can tell. In the first game I played, I went through almost the entire game, multiple rounds, before there was finally one slight guess. But I don't think you can do this, right? Everybody is claiming these 2... Well, you're saying nothing. These guys are both saying one of you 2 is evil. And you're saying you're evil. Or you, but we know it's not that. And you're saying that you're not evil, and so this guy's evil. I don't think I can tell. What does this do? Huh. Okay. When hovered over, it'll tell me like the order things happen, but that doesn't matter. So how does my health system work? Okay, well, I just think a gem crafter would tell me something more useful than this. So I'm going to say you're the bad guy. Oh, there's this, like... How do you... When you mouse over... There's hotkeys. So I can say, I'm sure you guys are good. This is just note-taking, and I don't need it right now. But... You can do that, okay. And, like, what is 2? They're just colors, yellow and red. Okay, so I can mark you yellow if I wanted or whatever. But I think you're the bad guy. Yeah. But I'm not sure. You could just be a stupid villager. You were the minion. Okay. We executed the evil character. Great. So then as we... I think village 1 out of 7 means there are 7 like rounds in the current run. And we're on Ascension 1, which is a familiar concept from Slay the Spire. So it gets harder as you play new runs, I suppose. I should mention, by the way, I forgot in the intro. Sorry about the like black bars, but this thing insists on running in full screen, even on an ultra-wide monitor, and it puts useful stuff in the margins. So I can't trim it. This is the only aspect ratio I can run it in. Sorry. So we've now learned about a medium and a judge. They're new characters we can encounter, and our deck has gotten bigger by 2, and so has this. So 6 of our 7 cards are in play. And we're told there's 1 evil, right? Yeah. So let's start clicking stuff. You claim that you're good. So that's true. We know that for certain. Because if you're actually good, you wouldn't lie to me. And if you're evil... then this guy's not evil, so we can mark you as good. You are 2 cards from the nearest evil, so we can then say all of these guys are good. You can click on someone, right, so the judge tells you if someone's lying, so I can just pick one of these 2 and the judge will tell me if they're lying or not. There's evil adjacent to you. Could be that guy. No, you're a liar. I know these guys are good. Alright, I don't have to talk to anybody else. You're dead. I don't think there's any bonus points for, like... Oh, no! For every evil kill, get points for each unrevealed card. Okay, cool. So there is an advantage to not revealing all the information if you don't need it. So we're learning new cards. This person is... a good guy. So there's like let's look. Or no, I want to look. No, I guess I can't look at the compendium or whatever it is during the game. But minions are bad guys. I don't really remember what demons are. They do even worse stuff. Outcasts. It says outcast 0, but that's like this number is just a lie. These numbers are all wrong. This is an outcast, which is like a good guy, but who, rather than telling you useful information, generally speaking, makes things more complicated. So you're not supposed to kill them, but they make your life difficult. Much like many people you meet in real life. Let's click here. Okay, we don't really know much about you. Don't know much based on you either. So I don't know if I've ever seen this person say, I'm dizzy. I don't really know, like, I guess corrupted is something I don't know about yet. So corrupted is something... Ah, you can't lie. Okay, so if you're evil, if you've been corrupted by someone or somehow made evil in a way I don't know about. Oh, this is how much health you lose. Okay. There can't be duplicate villagers. That's interesting. Yeah, so if she's been made evil somehow, she'll tell me. because she can't lie. Well, I don't know how she would be made evil. But I know she could be made corrupted somehow, and I don't know how that works either. But in either case, she would tell me. And you can't lie. But what if you were actually, like, if you were an evil character? You could claim to be a confessor and then say you're not evil. And that would be allowed, I think. Okay, sure. So someone, right, you are my outcast. Yeah, learn to work around their flaws. You can't register as good or as a wretch. You only register as a minion or an evil. Right. They register as both evil and a minion. So if something's looking for minions or looking for evils, it'll find them. Okay. But not lying. So this person, I guess you're not even saying anything. Could I even ask about this guy? I don't know. I don't want to. There is evil adjacent to you, you claim. Okay. Interesting. I kind of want... I don't know. Can I, like, ask if you're lying without even flipping you? Would that be crazy? Oh, well, hang on. You're telling the truth. Oh, I have to hit... number row, not number pad. You are telling the truth. There is one evil adjacent to you. It's this guy, even though he's not actually evil. So I guess you're telling the truth, but that doesn't mean you're a good guy. You could be a minion, truthfully saying there's an evil guy next to you. But either way, you are good. Because if you're lying, you're evil. And then that means you're good. And if you're telling the truth, the evil next to you is here, so you're good. So what you will not lie to me. You're 2 cards from the closest evil. Okay. So one of these two is telling the truth. They can't both be lying. And they're both saying there could be evil here. But that doesn't mean... Well, maybe it does. Yeah, you... Oh, no, right. We know you're telling the truth. We proved that already. So one of these two is evil. Well, we know you're evil. You register as evil. Even though you're not supposed to be executed. So you're telling the truth. You're telling the truth too, which means this is not evil. And you're not evil, right, because you're saying the closest is 2 away. So these are all good guys. So you claim that, okay, you claim this is evil. It could be that it actually is. Or it could be just that, yeah, they're the wretch. They look evil. Okay. So, no real need to use the judge yet. Closest evil. What? That's impossible. Right? Because... Wait, am I stupid? No, it's not impossible. So the closest evil is neither clockwise nor counterclockwise. There's a tie for which evil is closest. So we know this evil is 3 away, which means this one is also 3 away. Well, we know it's 3 away, but we know it's evil, right? And that's... You're counting this as evil, which means you're also saying this... Yes, we just have to kill you. I guess I... Can I use the judge to, like, find out if this guy's lying? Yes. Okay. It's good to know that that's allowed. So maybe I could have done that earlier before flipping this, for example. You're dead. So now there's a second minion that can appear in the deck. And we get a jester. Okay. So there are 2 minions present. We are told how many evils there are. That's something you don't get in One Night Ultimate Werewolf. which is the game of this genre that I have enjoyed the most, which is why I keep mentioning it. So sometimes, you know, the village has to decide, you know what, we're all good. We have to not execute anyone. Anyway, let's start with number 1. Okay. So you're claiming one of those 3 is evil. Maybe, maybe not. Could be. Let's try someone you don't claim is evil. You are a wretch. Okay, can't really do much with that. You're 1 card from the closest evil. Well, that's true. Person right here. But it doesn't even tell me whether you're good or evil, honestly. You are a liar. Number 7 is good, but you shouldn't know that. Be dead. Okay. Now, you are claiming that one of the remaining 3 cards is evil. Probably true. Might not be. And unlike with the real human versions of games like this, I don't think you can do much psychoanalyzing about why they chose this lie. Like, this lie is insane, right? If we had already heard this person say they're a wretch, saying they're good just makes no sense. I mean, I guess it would make sense if... I don't know, there's a lot more bluffing in person, where, like, even a good guy can tell a lie to, like, try to expose the bad guys. But here, like, when this person says they're a wretch, the one thing we know is they should look like a wretch. And by saying they're not, you're just, okay, just kill me, please. You're claiming that person is good. Is that interesting? Well, yeah, because it means they actually are good, right? Because if you're lying, you're the evil one. And if you're not lying, then you're good. So let's flip you, and maybe that'll find out something about 3 for me. Actually, I think I want to flip this one. Because they might make an obvious lie, and then I could execute them. On the other hand, this person might be like the judge and could just tell me if this person's lying. I don't know. Let's try this. Great. Very helpful, thanks. Excuse me? I don't have 2 Empresses in my deck, so one of you is a liar. Everyone else is good. You're claiming one of those 3 is evil. I don't think I can distinguish here again. Right? Because if you're telling the truth, then you're evil. And if you're telling the truth, then you're evil. And there's just no way for me to tell, right? Nobody talked about number 4, right? Right. You're 1 card from the closest evil, that's true. You're a wretch. Fine. You're telling me one of those 3 is evil. Maybe true. Tell me one of those 3 is evil. Yeah, they're both identifying 2 known good people and the other Empress. It's just impossible to know. Got him. Easy. Okay, lose if you execute me, and I can't die. Which I believe means you can... Like, if someone claims to be the knight, you can just execute them. And if they're not the knight, then great, you killed them. And if they are the knight, they'll shrug it off. The judge. judge. Okay. Closest evil counterclockwise. Fine. Okay, you are actually good. A wretch. Now that's interesting. Because that tells me that one of these two characters is evil. Either it's you and you're telling me the truth, or it's you and you're lying because there's evil the counterclockwise that's at least as close as the clockwise evil, or the other way around. So one of these two is a bad guy. I don't know which yet. Okay, moving on. Let's try you. Number 5 is real. A real gem crafter. I mean, that would be cool. You're saying number 3 is good. That's true. You're telling the truth. And we know there's at least one liar among these two, which means these two can't both be lying. One of them must be telling the truth. If it's you, then you're also telling the truth. So we can say for certain that you are telling... You are not just telling the truth, you are a good character. You're not just a minion who's telling the truth to mess with me. Okay. And, I mean... In a real-life game, being able to say what someone else's role is before they reveal their role would be pretty powerful. But here, I don't know. I don't think, like, the fact... Like, if I flipped this and then this, it would be an easy lie for a minion to make, but I don't think that's a real concept in this game. Okay. So I don't know whether this person is good or not. They might be a demon telling the truth. Or a minion. Okay, so one of you two is evil as well, for certain. Because either you're telling the truth, in which case it's you, or you're lying, in which case it's you. So we know one of these two is evil and one of these two is evil. So we can say that you are now definitely good. So you're not lying. You're not a bad guy making up this story. Okay. Once again, I feel like there's not a very clear path to finding this out. Let's see what you have to say. Oh, come on. They're just making this a 50-50 for me. Okay. What the last thing I have to do before I start kicking ass and taking names is ask the judge something. Should I ask them about something I know the answer to? Or should I ask them something I don't know? Because if they lie to me... Like, if I say, is this person telling the truth, and they say no, then I know you're the bad guy. Whereas if you ask me about something I don't know about, I'm really just on a guess anyway, right? I don't know. Let's just ask about you. You're lying. Okay. So then, I know one of you two is a bad guy. One of you two is a bad guy. One of you two is a bad guy. At least one. And one of you two is a bad guy. So there's 3 groups of bad guys. Doesn't this tell me something? Is this like some Minesweeper stuff I can do here? I guess I can therefore conclude one of these two is a bad guy as well, right? But I don't think that helps. Like, if you're a bad guy, then you're telling the truth. Which means you're a bad guy. So it's one of these two. It's also one of these two. So I think, yeah. I don't think there's any way. Oh, well, hang on. I think any two of these, I can say between the two of you, one is evil. So maybe there's some way I can exactly one in particular. I think that's true. That can't be true, because these could both be evil, I think. Yeah, and so could these. I don't know. Just gonna kill you. Even though everything I've seen, I don't know. So let's just confirm that this is possible. If you're evil, then you're good, and you're evil, and you're good. And that all adds up. Missed. Okay, so you're a good guy. Closest evil is counterclockwise. So you are obviously the evil one in the area. I still didn't find out which of you is evil, though. That's why I should have started on one of these two. Is if I missed, it would at least solve the puzzle for me. Now I'm just on a guess. I'll just assume you were trying to protect your friend, and this is the liar, but I don't know if that's how you work. Got him. Yeah, so witch, if there is a witch present, is witch a demon? I don't know, we'll find out. Or just a minion. Stops you from revealing the last card if there's a witch somewhere. And scout learns how close a specific evil is to another. Okay, we get our health back. So you're allowed to miss once per round, which seems crazy. Huh. Doesn't seem like there's even any punishment for missing. Ascension 1 seems very easy. Despite I've had to make a number of guesses. It turns out every time it's been like, oh, if you fail a guess, nothing bad happens. Okay, so we know for sure you're actually a good guy. You're claiming that you're good, which, I mean, you're telling the truth, but you might be evil still. Oh, you are evil. You have confessed to me. These are both minions. I don't know about any demons. All right, let's kill you. Why? Excuse me. Hang on a sec. Why would any evil character claim to be a confessor who's dizzy? That just is crazy. That's just a proof that I can kill you. That's a very bad disguise. So, character info is false. I think... Oh. Has a 60% chance to disguise as a copy of a random villager or outcast in town. What do you mean? What else would it disguise as? Someone who's not in town? Someone from the deck? I don't know. Huh. But I think lie... The fact that minions lie means they never tell the truth, even if they're... Like, even if that could be a useful alibi. So that's something to know. One of those three is evil, okay. Well, that means these two are actually good. Because our last liar is either you or one of these two. Okay. Oh. Right. I guess it doesn't mean that. Or does it? It does. If one of these were a wretch, then one of these could be a bad guy, but that's not what happened. I guess it could be. One of these could actually be evil. One of these could be the real wretch, and this could be a demon claiming to be a wretch, or a minion. Okay. So I don't actually know who's good. Alright, let's talk to you then. One card from the closest evil. Well, that's interesting. We know there's at most one liar remaining in town. So you are claiming one of these two is evil. And you are claiming one of these two, or one of these two is evil. Which means you guys are actually good. Well, no, because again, this could be another. This could be the real wretch, and this could be a minion of some kind. So let's investigate you and see what's up. You are a lover. There's an evil adjacent to you. That's true. There is one, at least, but maybe two. This could be evil. Boy, tough game. Okay, there's a witch in here somewhere. I can't reveal this. Great. You seem to be the one that the most people are accusing. I guess I'll go for you. Nope. Well, you're telling the truth then. Which means you can't be evil, according to my understanding of how lying works. So all the people you're accusing are actually good, so I'm going to kill you. Yeah. And now that the witch is dead, I can look at this. Well, actually, maybe... Did I already get the points for this? I think so. Okay, we've unlocked Ba. One fake outcast is added to the deck view? Don't quite know what that means. Like, there's something in the deck that actually can't be drawn? Perhaps? Like, there are two evils currently present, right? We're told this. This is still a lie. And which means Ba is one of them, and the other is Twin Minion. Which means either Wretch or Bombardier can't actually occur. One of them is not real, I think is what this means. I don't totally understand this. Let's read more details. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. So I think one of these two isn't actually here. Can't possibly be drawn. This is our last game of the Ascension, I guess. You are a jester. Sure. You claim you are good, okay? You can't be lying. Wait, you can, though. Because you could be a minion claiming to be a confessor and lying about being dizzy. So this is sort of our best right here. This is our... Okay. Well, that's true. Maybe. I guess these guys could both be evil. Number 3 is a real confessor. I mean, that seems true. Maybe. Well, more than that, I mean... Only if these two are both evil. Like, if this guy's evil, then you are too, I guess is what I'm getting at. So you're quite likely to be good. For what that's worth. One of these three is evil, huh? Okay, not sure what to do with that. 2 cards from the nearest evil. So you're claiming one of these is evil. You, I mean, we don't really know. You can't die. Oh, good news, buddy. Okay, you're fine. You're actually real. You are good. Number 4 is good. That seems true. One of these is evil. So if you were a liar, well, right. If you're evil, then so are you. And if you're evil, then so are you. So unless it's both of these two who are evil, then they're both good. I think. So I think they're probably both good. Not a proof, but... Let's see what this jester has to say, I guess. Let's mark these two as good, even though they aren't necessarily. I know the knight is good. But I'm going to include them in this so that I can narrow down 2 others, basically. Let's try these 3. Amongst them, there is 1 evil. I kind of think it's you. Let's just try that. Yeah, got him. So, since, as I understand it, this has to be a lie, because demons and minions never tell the truth. You are actually good, which means you are good. Oh, well, there's an easier answer. You are not 2 away from the closest evil, my friend. You are right next to your accomplice. We've got... Yeah. But the game has ended. We are at new ascension level. Yeah, score 1030. Is that good? Who knows? And it's starting ascension 2. How are we for time? 37 minutes. I'll try another game. Sure. Oh, the whole deck is in play. That's interesting. In Ascension... So, okay. Can you tell me what Ascension 1 is? Or Ascension 2? Yeah, not current village. What are you... What's wrong with you? Run ends after village 12? What are... Do you mean Ascension 12? You must... Okay, I wish you would tell me what was happening, but fine. A knitter. I've never seen knitter before. There are no adjacent evils, you claim. Okay. You are 3... You claim you are evil. There's only 1 evil here. So if it's you, it's that guy. Sorry. If you're good, that's evil. And if you're evil, then... Okay, so we can say for sure these are all good. And I think anyone who tells the truth is good, is my understanding. I've been saying, right? Like, this person lies all the time, I think. So, fine. We just have to find someone who will tell me the difference between these 2 characters. You're claiming one of these is evil? See you later, Hunter. A poisoner. Ah, we learn about corrupted. Corrupted characters lie and their ability doesn't work. Except for the confessor, I guess. That's exciting. And Bard, okay. This is getting more interesting now. You are dizzy. Okay, remind me how this guy works again? One adjacent villager is corrupted. But we did actually have a demon, or a minion, claim to be a dizzy confessor. That happened once. So we can't say for sure that this is a good guy who's dizzy. 2 evils out of these 7, huh? Okay. The poisoner is 2 cards away from their closest evil. Okay. Noted. Alright, can't do anything with that. Okay, you two, you're going in the yellow files. One of you is clearly not the scout and is lying about the poisoner. Are you the poisoner? No. Okay. You might be the poisoner. Poisoner only affects villagers, right? Yes. So it does not affect, for example, a wretch. And, okay, corrupted. Their ability doesn't work. But a wretch, no. A confessor, even if they're corrupted, they'll say they're dizzy. It wouldn't make sense for this ability to say, oh, if they're corrupted, they'll say they're dizzy, but like corrupted character's ability doesn't work, so they won't say they're dizzy. That doesn't make sense. It must mean this person actually, like, if they're corrupted, they'll say they're dizzy. So this looks true-ish if this person is the poisoner, and then this would be the other evil thanks to you. That all holds together. It's not a proof, but it looks good. I mean, yeah, I mean, we want extra points, and if I'm wrong, I'll get this back. Yes, you were the poisoner. And one of you two is lying, but it's, like, probably not you, right? I don't know. I mean, this is free. Oops. Oh, it's not free because this is also 3 cards away. Whoops, 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 whoops. Oh, I'm so bad. Okay. Well, now I don't know. This could be the other liar. No, it can't be. Yes. I have made an error. All right, let's see if you just say something obviously false. Okay, sure. We're pretty sure this guy is telling the truth. Is he lying? Oh yeah. You're the bad guy. Made it. Any 2 characters learn if any of them are evil. 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. Okay. Number 6 or number 1 is a poisoner. Well, number 1 is you, though. So you're claiming, if you're telling the truth, number 6 is a poisoner. And if you're lying, then you're evil. But not a poisoner, which would make you Ba. Okay. Let's put them in the yellow files, I guess. One of those 3 is evil. Okay, not much I can do with that right now. Say, are you corrupted? Not sure what to do with you yet. Asking if this person's corrupt, or If you're a poisoner, this judge, like, would be corrupted. So I can't use that to find out if this person's telling the truth or lying. He might say they're lying, and I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Pick 3 characters. How many are evil? Okay. How many evils are adjacent to each other? None of them, you claim. This is a hard game. You are 2 cards away from someone who is corrupted. Well... Doesn't that mean you're not next to the poisoner? Because if you were, if one of these 2 were the poisoner, one of these 2 characters actually would be corrupted, and your ability would be working, even though it's supposed to not be working. So I think one of you guys can't be the poisoner, I think. So you're a liar. Nope. Does being 0 cards away from the closest one count? I don't know. So you were telling the truth. This guy's the poisoner, apparently. Nope. What? Oh, they were a wretch. Oh, I didn't think of this. Oh. So you thought that you were good, and you thought they were a poisoner, but you were wrong. I see. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, well. Oh, right, but the game isn't over. I get another shot at this village, and only if I get 4 villages wrong am I actually out. Okay. Claiming that you are good. Well, that's interesting. One of you is a liar. I don't think I even need to mark them as yellow. That's just clearly true. So there's a fake outcast and a minion. No poisoner. So either Bombardier or Wretch is not really here. But the Bombardier... Well... I mean... They might actually not be in the deck. This might be a person claiming... This might be one of the bad guys claiming to be a Bombardier who isn't even really in the deck. Okay, fine. This seems interesting. So what if I, like, aimed at you two? Sure. Is one of them evil? True. So you're claiming one of these is evil. Which, if either of them is evil, you certainly are. Right? So I don't know that you're evil because you could be lying. And then you would be the other evil. But you are suspicious. Pick 3 characters. Learn how many are evil. Well, okay. You... I kind of want to just ask about these three, which is crazy. None. So that would mean you're evil and you're evil. Certainly possible. Or you're evil and you're evil. So these two I think are good, right? Because, like, let's say you were evil. Then one of these would have to be evil and not you. Which means it would have to be you who's evil. But then you'd also be lying. There's no poisoners. They can't be corrupted. Yeah, so if you guys can't be evil. Alright, let's kill this guy. Got him. So, if this is true, there's evil here. Ah, I now know for sure you're telling the truth. Because either you are lying and evil, or you're telling the truth and there's evil here. This means you can't be an evil. There's only one left, and it's one of these three. So you're saying for sure none of those are evil. So you're the liar. Get out of here. Plague Doctor. Oh no. So if this is in the deck, one of the villagers is corrupted, and it's just like I'm going to have to find a contradiction to realize it's them. Okay. Villagers to the left and right of me within range 2 are cured of corruption, and you'll tell me how many. Wow. Okay. You're a scout. Oh, by the way, do we have any knights in the deck? We do. So it's no longer the case that I can just execute anyone who claims to be a knight, because they might be truly a knight but corrupted, and their ability wouldn't work. Minion is 4 cards from the closest evil. Wow, that would be very far. Is there any wretch around? There's not. Facing a witch and a minion. Okay. So you're claiming they're opposite each other. Good to know. You can't die. Like I said, can't just execute knights today. You're claiming number 8 is good. Okay. One of those two is a minion. It could be. I don't know. Specifically minion. Okay. Not witch. So there is a Plague Doctor here, unless you... Oh, God, I forgot. One of them might be lying to me. So I can pick a character, and if they are corrupted, you'll tell me who's evil. I mean, so I could ask about the knight. Kind of interesting. They're not corrupted. All right. Great. I'm not sure how useful that was, but sure. You were telling the truth, though. You're a good guy. And you're actually a knight. So you're claiming this person is a minion. But if that's true, if you really are the minion, then you would be lying. Because the minion can't be 4 cards from the nearest evil, because this actually is a knight. So I know one of you two is lying, and therefore one of you two is evil. If you are the evil, and you're telling the truth, well, but the evil would be here. And that means you would be telling the truth, and the second evil is here. That can't be. Well, hang on. I don't know that one of them is telling the truth. I know that one of them is lying. They might both be lying. But if you're... if you're telling the truth, this is here. And that means you're also lying. So these two would both be evil if you're telling the truth. If you're lying... I don't know, that doesn't tell me very much. Okay, let's see what's going on here. You claim one of these 3... Oh, I can mark you as good, by the way. I think you're not telling the truth. Okay, you were. Good to know. So that's interesting. One of these 3 is evil, but I've already proven that 2 of them are good. So you're the evil one, right? Yes. You're the minion, and there's no other minion in the deck, but you're claiming there is one, so it's you. Alright, made it. Counselor? One villager becomes an outcast, and I sit next to an outcast. Okay, doppelganger, what a classic. You disguise yourself as a good villager, but you don't lie. Do you? It doesn't say you lie. So I think we can believe, if we knew someone to actually be a doppelganger somehow, claiming, let's say, that they were the Empress, they would, I believe, actually have the Empress's ability. I think. I'm not totally sure I understand the rules here, but... Slayer. Okay, good to know. So that helps you break 50-50s up, I guess. Closest evil is that way, okay. Fine. Oh, who are even the bad guys today? Counselor. God, there are 4 outcasts? This is rough. But only 3 of them are actually here, because Bob made one of them up. Okay. Another Slayer. Okay, you two are highly suspicious. But, you know, you could be a doppelganger, actually. Wretch. Okay. I don't believe this, buddy. Do I? Oh, I do. There are outcasts, but there are no corrupted characters. Okay, that's not certain, but it's possible. If the plague doctor isn't here, the bard could be telling the truth. Okay. All right, one of you guys is... Oh, but there's a doppelganger. Okay, how big is this deck? 11 cards. 8 are in play, so we're missing 3 rolls. One of which is the fake outcast that Bob put in the deck. So it could be we're missing a doppelganger, but jeez, this is horrible. You're claiming... Okay, there's only one pair of evil. I assume you mean, like, adjacent pair, right? Because that's what you're supposed to tell me about. So you're saying the two evils are next to each other? That's not impossible, but difficult, right? These guys could be evil. Or, like, sorry. We have two roles that we have two copies of, right? Like so. And one of those could be the doppelganger. Or they could both be actually, you know, one good and one evil. I think I'm just going to use Slayers to start stabbing these guys and see what's up with that. You couldn't kill him. I see. But if you're actually evil, you'll say you couldn't kill them, even if they were evil. So, I know one of you two is definitely evil. No, I don't. If you're evil, then I don't know anything. If you're good, then you're good. Okay. Let's have you kill this person as well. Couldn't do it. So neither of you could do this. You can't well, you could both be evil, I guess. If there were actually no Slayer and these guys were a doppelganger pair of Enlightens. Well, hang on. We know there's no Plague Doctor. They don't disguise themselves as anything. So this is actually true. No one is corrupted. That's interesting, I guess. And you're probably a wretch, although I guess a bad guy could be claiming it. You kind of look evil to me, don't you? You could be the guy who sits next to an outcast. Could you be the counselor? I don't think so, because that would mean these Slayers can't both be minions. They have to be a real Slayer and a real doppelganger, so they would... Yeah, you can't be a bad guy at all, in fact. Two Slayers failed to kill you. Okay, so you're actually good. Which means you're good. So you're a real bombardier. Let's not kill you. One of you two is lying, aren't you? You're claiming the evil is adjacent to another evil. But you're claiming the evil is equidistant to you. Like here and here, or here and here, or here and here. No, that could be true. Oh, don't forget, you're counting the wretch. You think the wretch is evil. So it could be like that these two are evil and also you're evil. I'm starting to think that the Slayers are the two evil ones. They're both faking it. That would match with you, because this would be the pair of evil. It would match with you, because you would be equidistant. It would match with you, because this is the closest evil. Yeah, okay, let's kill you. Uh-huh. And I think it's you. Because they have to be sitting... Wait. You sit next to an outcast. Wait a minute. Who's the outcast? Oh, it's a doppelganger. Right? That's an outcast role? Yes. Well, it's not you. So you're a real doppelganger. And doppelgangers copy real villager roles, right? Yes. So you are real. It is the other Slayer. Yeah. Oh, Drunk. What a classic. I mean, this isn't exactly the same as One Night Ultimate Werewolf's Drunk, but... Boy, I shouldn't have started another run. I didn't know it would be so much harder at Ascension 2 than 1. A random not in play villager. You're corrupted and you lie, but I'm still not supposed to kill you. Okay, the bad guys today, there are 3 of them. Witch, Minion, and Ba. Okay. There are 12 characters in this deck, and 9 are present. Okay. You are a Slayer. Sure. No evils are adjacent, you claim. Do we have wretches today? We don't. A random not in play villager. Alright. Another Slayer. We don't have a doppelganger, I believe. Yeah, that's correct. So one of you is lying, and I believe the only explanation for that is that you're evil. No. Well, right, you can't be the drunk, because the drunk picks villagers who aren't in play. So the drunk can't lead to a duplication the way a doppelganger can. So one of you two is definitely evil. You cured 0 corruption, huh? Okay. You're good. That's not necessarily true. You could be a minion claiming to be a good confessor. You're an oracle claiming who? One of these two is a minion. So if you really are an alchemist, then you can't be corrupted, so you can't be mistaken, but you could be lying. Okay. Another Slayer. Okay, sure. You guys could have picked some better disguises. So 2 of these 3, at least, are evil. And since there's a witch, I shouldn't be able to reveal this. Yeah, indeed, so it says. All right. Well, let's pick a Slayer and try to kill this guy. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it either. I don't know. That didn't help me as much as I would have hoped. Let's just start killing Slayers, I guess. Got him. Got him. All right, now I can look at the last card. All right, you are both evil. Good. So you might actually be real. You're claiming evils are not adjacent to each other. You're claiming the closest evil is counterclockwise. So you must be good, right? Because if you were evil, both of you would have to tell the truth. But it would be contradicting both of you. So yeah, you're good. Closest evil is counterclockwise. But we know this is good and this is evil. So that means if you're telling the truth, you are the evil. And if you're lying, well, you could be the drunk. There might be zero slayers in this game. You could be a drunk. You could be the last... Oh, wait a minute. You're lying. Because there isn't another minion. They're not just saying they're evil. They're specifically the minion. Which is over here. So you're lying. You might be mistaken. Because you might be the drunk. Drunk is not corrupted, is it? Yeah, you're corrupted and you lie. You can't be cured. Well, that fits with this. But... like, you can't all be the drunk, right? You can't be the drunk, right? Because the drunk could never truthfully say he cured 0 corruptions. So you're either a real alchemist or a villain. Ba, I guess, is the one who's left. But if you're Ba, you would be mistaken. You would be telling a falsehood. Okay, let's just try killing this guy. No, you couldn't do it. So you're not Ba, unless you're the drunk, I guess. Oh, what a game. Alright, let's take a peek. You're the hunter. The closest evil is 1 away. Yeah, big shocker. Alright, I'm just gonna kill you. Yeah, there were 3 fake slayers. Okay. Alright, so am I on... Is this... I don't know. Is this the last village or one more? I'm not really sure. Game start. All villagers adjacent to you become corrupted. Spooky. 2 evils. Yeah, village 7 out of 7. So this is my last one, I guess. It says after village 12, but like 7? I don't understand. Okay, I mean, that's... Oh, who are we up against, by the way? A witch and a puka. Well... Plague Doctor may well... because there's like several corrupted villagers because of Puka and Plague Doctor, right? So Plague Doctor may actually be able to tell me something. Closest evil that way, okay. Oh, do I have like a doppelganger or anything? No. What is a druid? I don't know. Whatever, we'll find out. You claim the 2 evils are not adjacent. Do we have a wretch? No, Plague Doctor is the only outcast. Okay. A bard claims one of these 2 is corrupted. Okay. Well, there's only 1 outcast. Tell me about all these three, please. Are any of them a plague doctor? No. So you seem to be telling the truth. Not a proof, because I might reveal one of these and then they might claim to be a plague doctor, but probably telling the truth. One of these two is a witch. But the bard is claiming that the oracle might be corrupted, so even it could be that neither of them is actually a problem. Plague Doctor aiming at oracle looks like a nice play. We don't have to make it yet. Oh. You're 3 cards away from the nearest evil, huh? Huh. Interesting. So you might be the evil one? Gosh, tricky game. Well, you're not corrupted, it would seem, because you told me something that I believe to be true. Let's look peek at this to confirm. Yeah. You're claiming you cured 2 corruptions? That's hard to believe. It's not impossible. How could that even be? I guess one of the people within range of you could be corrupted by the puka, but not both. There's no way that could be true. You don't cure yourself. Yeah. So one of them could be the puka and the other one could be hit by the plague doctor. It's possible. Yeah, I can't reveal that. Okay. Well, kind of think you might be evil. You could be the puka. That would sort of add up. Let's just try it. Nope. Okay. So you're a real enlightened. It would be very difficult for you to be lying, because that would require the alchemist and you to both be corrupted, right? Which would put an evil person here. Well, no, it wouldn't. It could be here. And then this could be the real plague doctor could be somewhere else. I don't know. I don't have a very good idea. Claiming one of these two is a witch. I don't think it's you. I mean, okay, are you corrupted? No. I think you're a bad guy. Yes. Now I can look at the last card. Well, that's true. Well, no, it might be a lie if there's another evil in that area. Well, let's see. You were telling the truth. You're a good person. So you're claiming that this person is good. You're also claiming that. It's pretty hard for you to both be corrupted, isn't it? But I guess, you know, they could be liars. There could be... No, there's only one bad guy left. But one of them, okay. One of them could be lying, and the other one could be corrupted. You're claiming you cured 2 corruptions, and we know the last villain is the Puka. So, where could the Puka be? Could be here, I think. Right, I mean, that all adds up. It doesn't add up, because then you'd be corrupted but telling the truth. So you are not the evil. You could be corrupted. Could be. But you're good. None of these people are outcasts. Well, that's true. We knew that a while ago. That's why you're marked as good. 3 cards from the nearest evil. So you're claiming basically that you are the evil. I don't think you can possibly be corrupted, can you? How would that happen? I guess you could be the Puka? But then you would be lying. You would be corrupted, which is impossible. Because then there'd be no Plague Doctor. No, you'd be telling the truth if this were the Puka. Right. So that would be fine. But then there'd be no... Then this guy would be lying. But he'd be corrupted, so that would be fine. Ah! I don't know, man. I'm sort of lost. You lied. So I guess... Okay, wait. Hang on. Evil characters always tell falsehoods. So these characters are not corrupted. So you are telling the truth. Which means you are good. I think. Unless, I guess, you're the Puka. But then this person would be corrupted and telling the truth, so that's impossible. So you're telling the truth, you're not corrupted, and you're not evil. And the closest evil is counterclockwise. And you're not corrupted, I think. No, the Plague Doctor could have gotten you. If this weren't actually the Alchemist. If this were the Puka. You could be mistaken. You would also have to be mistaken, though, right? Which I guess is possible, because this person could be corrupted by this being the Puka. No, but we've already marked this person as actually good. I don't remember why. Maybe I'm wrong. But if you're actually good... You might be mistaken. You could be corrupted, but you're not evil, according to my markings. Well, but this means you are definitely lying. Because you would have to be the last evil. Otherwise. But you could just be mistaken? I don't know. I'm lost. But no, you're good. Which means you really did cure corruptions. No, you could be... This could be the puka, or this could be, I think. So, okay, let's just confirm. If you're the puka, who's lying and mistaken and so on? You'd be mistaken, that all adds up. You... Well, if you're the puka, though, then there's no plague doctor. So these two are the only mistaken ones. And you would actually be correct, but you weren't. You were definitely corrupted. And it has... Okay, got it. Sort of. Unless I'm wrong about this, but I'm not. So, you correctly... No. No matter which of these two is the last evil, you were incorrect. You thought the closest evil was counterclockwise, but it wasn't. It was either clockwise or equidistant, these two. So you became corrupted by someone, but the people on either side of you are not the pukas. The plague doctor must exist and is targeting you. And only one person can be the plague doctor. It's you. So you are the bad guy. Let's just confirm that all adds up. You're the puka. But you got corrupted. Does that mean if you... Your ability doesn't work, but maybe you just guessed right? No, but if you were the puka and you were really the plague doctor aiming here, you would have fixed the corruption. But you didn't. They were mistaken. So this is impossible. You are not the puka. You are good. Maybe mistaken, but good. Assuming all my other markings are correct. But you can't be the puka either. Can you? No. Because then you'd be mistaken for no cause. So something's wrong. Okay. Could one of these two be evil then? Or something? If you're not the puka, then you're really the plague doctor. This person really wasn't corrupted. You correctly diagnosed a witch. No outcasts there. That's definitely true. So you don't seem corrupted. You aren't corrupted, I think. Evils aren't adjacent. That's true. You could just be lying. Well, but if you were the... If you were the puka, you would lie. You wouldn't truthfully tell me one of those three is evil. So you are good. Is it possible that you are the evil? Why have I concluded that can't be so? That seems completely possible. If you were the puka, you would be telling the truth accidentally, I guess. No, you would have cured it. Okay, this seems possible. I think you're evil. Got him. Yeah, we got Baker. Unrevealed good villager becomes another Baker? What? When you're revealed, A random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. Learn which villager I was? Oh, so like when you flip a second baker, it says, I was something, but now I'm just a baker. Okay, it's useless. It seems actively bad. Learn which side of the circle is more evil. Okay. Anyway, I made it through Ascension 2. I'm out of here. Gotta go get dinner. I'll probably play some more. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.